Blaze Wizard is pretty fun, especially after their recent mini pseudo rework. Let's just get right into it. All Cygnus Knights share the same link skill that stacks up with more Cygnus Knight characters you have, giving attack and some resistances. For mobility, Blaze Wizard's unlike most other mages, and instead gets a flash jump / up jump. Well, they technically also do get a teleport via flash fire, but it works more like a gate. Place it down, use it wherever, even in the air, and always end up at where you placed said flash fire down at. Press down in flash fire to relocate where you teleport to. Oh, Blazing Blitz is also a rush-like skill too. That's all you got for mobility. Blaze Wizard's main attacking skill is Orbital Flame, which is now a hurricane you can just hold down and jump around with. They always shoot forward, but clicking up or down tosses them in those respective directions as well. When 10 of your attacks hit 10 times, you passively also get Orbital Explosion attacks. It works with a few other skills, namely Inferno Sphere, which is a hold down burst attack with the typical 2-minute cooldown, Orbital Inferno, which is a fireball you can toss out every 5 seconds while holding down Orbital Flame that also flies back to you, Phoenix Drive, another 2-minute burst skill that summons an AoE around you, and your 6th job origin skill. Fires of Creation is an extremely important toggle that lets you choose between gearing your kit more towards grinding or bossing. The Lion is for grinding, and the Fox for bossing. Generally, the Fox skills have longer cooldowns, but in return you get higher damage, and the Lion skills have a larger range and hit more mobs, but obviously do less damage per target. You can use the opposite variant of these skills by holding down and clicking the skill key. So if you were in Fox mode and wanted to use a Lion mode skill, hold down and click said skill. As for the skills that change, Blazing Extinction throws out the sun, and in Lion mode, just crawls forward. In Fox mode, it stays in place and blasts Hellfire in front of it. Towering Inferno on the Lion attacks all around you, and on Fox attacks directly in front of you for way more damage. It bumps up to a 30-second cooldown on Fox mode, but decreases by 0.2 seconds every time you land direct attacks. Lastly, Savage Flame goes from an AoE explosion in Lion mode, that then burns the resulting area for 18 seconds, to enemy-seeking fireballs in Fox mode, prioritizing the boss. Salamander Mischief is another critter you can summon alongside either Fox or Lion, and it attacks alongside you and gains stacks of Ember when it does attack. Each stack gives the Salamander more damage, up to 45 stacks at max level. After 40 seconds, the friend goes away and leaves you with a 20-second buff that gives magic attack, plus bonus magic attack depending on how many stacks you held at the time of the Salamander's leaving. Each stack gives 2 magic attack, so that's a potential additional 90 magic attack on top of the base 15. 1 minute cooldown, and you could technically keep cycling this lad and their buff forever. Here's some utility. Blaze Wizard's class bind is Cinder Maelstrom. Phoenix Run is a free revive if you die in a boss fight with a 3-second iframe as it procs. Cataclysm is mainly a dedicated iframe with a weird 100-second cooldown. Flame Barrier blocks debilitating status conditions for 15 seconds with a 2-minute cooldown. Glory of the Guardians is the epic adventure equivalent for you and all other Cygnus Knights in the party, giving some damage for a minute. And Burning Conduit is a placedown party buff that gives a bunch of stats, namely attack speed and damage. If it ends before it's supposed to, you're refunded some of the cooldown, up to 20 seconds. Also, you get the buffs from just summoning it. Your party gets the buffs only if they stand in it. 40-second duration, 1 minute cooldown. Need some more mana? Slap Controlled Burn every minute to fully replenish your mana. Passively, it also has a chance to restore mana as you attack. There's also the shared skills, like the Transcendent Cygnus' Blessing buff, the Mana Overload toggle that boosts damage at the cost of a percentage of mana per spell, and Ethereal Form, which is a straight-up iframe. Oh, and Phalanx Charge, which summons Cygnus Knight birdie friends to poke enemies in front of them. They'll charge forward, or stay in place either once making contact with an enemy, or if you right-click to lock the skill. In terms of 5th job skills, here's what to prioritize in order of most to least important. Inferno Sphere above everything else, as it's a massive burst skill of yours. Orbital Inferno or Savage Flame are about equal. And lastly, Salamander Mischief. On the Trinode side of things, in terms of what to boost, Orbital Flame, Orbital Explosion, Towering Inferno, Blazing Extinction, Phoenix Drive, and then a filler skill. You have a choice between boosting your iframe, Cataclysm, or Flame Tempest, which is just a knockback skill you'll more than likely never use past 3rd job. Doesn't really matter, these 5 are all boosted at 6th job. For hyper passives, Orbital Flame's your main skill, so get every boost for that, and also Reinforce and an extra line of damage for Blazing Extinction. Spread is not worth getting, and neither are any of the Orbital Explosion passives. Make sure to put the range increase toggle on its own button to turn it on. It's not passive. 6th job's got the usual damage boosts and new animations for things, and namely the only skill that drastically changes is Orbital Flame, which gets a special enhanced version every 15 seconds. And of course, the Origin and Ascent. Both are iframes, and the Origin binds the boss separate from the global bind timer. Time to make Blaze Wizard easy. So you only ever need like 15 to 20 bound buttons to play Blaze Wizard optimally. Don't judge too harshly, but this is my keyboard layout. Black out the optional skills you don't need bound at all times, and yeah, you got a pretty empty keyboard to do whatever the hell you wanted with. That's neat. Grinding wise, make sure you have Lion toggled on, place Savage Flame in a good area that ideally covers multiple platforms, even being able to be placed in the air by the way, place Urda Fountain elsewhere, and then toss out Blazing Extinction and Towering Inferno every respawn. This usually clears most maps, and it only gets better once you unlock Soul Janus for more coverage. Bossing isn't complicated either. Obviously make sure you're toggled onto Fox, but for off burst, hold Orbital Flame and use all your lower cooldown skills, like Savage Flame, Blazing Extinction, and both Towering and Orbital Inferno. Burst is covered in the burst section, at this time, or you can click the timestamp. I'm not your mother. Don't forget about Flashfire to get out of danger into a designated safe zone of your choosing. Same with Cataclysm and Ethereal Form making you invincible. I guess also your Ascent and Origin skill at 6th job if you needed those too. Try to save your Origin for your main burst though. Don't use it as an iframe, that's silly. Phoenix Run for a free life and Flame Barrier to protect you every 2 minutes are both also nice defenses if you ever needed them. Sequences are real simple. One for your buffs, just consisting of decent skills and maybe Echo of Hero if you felt so inclined. Another for your main burst, being all your 1 minute and 2 minute cooldown skills that can fit on there, plus Oz Rings if you have a Ring of Restraint. And then this third one for just 1 minute cooldown skills. Phoenix Drive for both burst sequences is at the end specifically because there's some weird time extension thing that sometimes happens with server lag. No idea how long that'll be in the game, but figured I'd include that. Being a mage class that has a choice between either staff or wands, Blaze Wizard is just like the rest. Staff is always better, more magic attack, and the only benefit to using a wand is more crit rate, which everybody can comfortably cap without issue nowadays. While we're talking about equips, shields are way better than secondaries because you can Star Force them. Namely, the best in slot shield currently is Deimos Sage Shield, which you can craft through smithing. Cooldown Hat is technically important on Blaze Wizard, but very min-maxy, and really only important starting at 6th job, because of Hexa Orbital Flame's enhanced variant ability to be lowered via Cooldown Hat. -4 seconds is optimal, but according to the Blaze Wizard Discord themselves, the difference between a stat hat or a cooldown hat is negligible. Link skills are what you'd expect for grinding. Evan, Mercedes, Aran, Lara, Ho-Young, and anything else that boosts damage. Bossing, you'll definitely want Angelic Buster's Link, Terms and Conditions, and whatever else you have that boosts damage. This is the layout I use. And Resistance Link makes bossing comfier, giving you extra invincibility time with every revive. 12 seconds each in fact. Inner ability. Passives +1, since it boosts a bunch of various passives, namely ones that give extra damage and final damage. And second and third lines will just be boss and abnormal status damage for DPS purposes. Flat magic attack and buff duration purely for a longer AB link are both good settles too. Burst goes like this. Make sure you're on Fox toggle wise, pop your Origin right here if you have it and or are Origin bursting, then toss out these shorter cooldown attacks. Orbital Inferno, Blazing Extinction, Phalanx Charge, Savage Flame, and Towering Inferno. Afterwards, hold down Inferno Sphere for the full duration, then swap back to spamming Orbital Flame, plus all your other shorter cooldown skills, until the next time to burst. 1 minute burst is just going to be your 1 minute sequence, followed by Blazing Extinction and Phalanx Charge, and then back to Orbital and low cooldown skills. Easy, easy. Hopefully now you have a better understanding of Blaze Wizard. Thanks for watching. Thanks to the Blaze Wizard Discord for a super stylish infographic and up-to-date info about these little court jesters. And yeah, until next time, that's all.